Hello everyone, my name's Tris and this is Double O'Neill. Hopefully you've been following the journey of us building up this shunting layout. It's a double O gauge layout. It's 1m20 plus a 40 centimetre extension. So it fits on the table nicely, but we've got a nice swing arm here. So then that will be making the layout longer. If you haven't seen the episode so far, go check out all the other episodes. Hopefully you enjoy yourselves. They're in bite-sized chunks, like 15 to 20 minutes on that. I've been trying to kind of make it enjoyable for me to do videos as well as for you to consume. So far, I've had some good feedback on this. So that's great. So thank you to everyone that's commented and hit the like button and watch the videos. Today we're going to look at an area which is a couple of small details, but the key one that I've been putting off for a while, which also will determine what we're going to do with the layout in regards to, like get the ballasting done and stuff like that. So we've got this line here, which I'd like to re-navigate it through. So I want to come out a little bit and miss this edge a bit more because I want to have a shed here. So we will be extending the track at some point. That's an easy bit. So I don't need to show you too much on that. It will just be an add-on. What I want to do is add the fuel, where you have the nozzle and the hose and everything, to put the fuel into the loco, because this will be the area that it's going to be. The loco itself, we'll just disconnect it from my nice wagons. The loco itself will be in a shed about here, and then he'll come out, or she, and basically there'll be a fuel supply just here to allow it to fill up. I don't need to have any covers or anything like that. Eric from Underground Eric, if you haven't seen his channel already, go check it out. He's given me some advice and sent me some pictures of the kind of fuel supply hoses and everything. Some look very, well, you could say grand almost compared to the quite small ones. I'm going for something small, so that's what we do. I'm going to sketch something out on a bit of paper and then we'll get it built up. Done a quick sketch out of what I need to do. I don't know how big it really needs to be. I've kind of gauged by the picture that I've seen. I'm sorry, I had a fuel for some reason, but I kind of used a person to depict obviously the size. You've got the on-off button to get it going. You've got the hose comes off there. I'm guessing the pump mechanism's here, unless the system's pressurized or whatever. Obviously, with this doesn't need to be perfect, but it does need to simulate it. I don't think I've got all the sizes of tubing and rods, but I think what we do is we'll get out, and I've got a piece of the Foamex stuff that's down here. And my plan is to, because of the ballast being a certain height, so if I mount it on this, then it will be, you know, around similar height to the ballast and everything that's going to be in that area. And this is going to, of course, be, you know, hard standing. That's going to be there. There's something to think about, but you know, I'll cut out a rectangle of this and we'll start sticking some bits on and see how we get on. So for the materials that I'm using, I'm going to use initially some plastic bits to glue on, and I can glue the plastic bits together easier, like a sprue. Got a round sprue here I thought I can use for maybe this bit there. For this bit here, I got free with so I do a bit of wargaming and things like that. Got these bits here, and what I'm thinking is I can use this as the pump bit that looks like a pump mechanism. It's one of the turret gun bits that sit on there, and any other round things, there's like a torpedo here. We could use that maybe instead for this bit, for that detail there. So we could almost use that, stand that up, trim off some of this, and then we can run a pipe off it. The pipes that I'd like to use is, obviously we could bend some of this wire around. I've got some of this guitar string from my friend Brett. I use it again for various things, for making scenes and drawing things up, but it's bendy and then you can force a bend as well. This is something like I said, the 26 gauge, the smaller gauge. So that's kind of perfect for what we want to do. I think if I want to have that pipe, and because it's a coiled bit of wire, you end up being able to kind of, I guess, simulate kind of that textured pipe a bit more, whereas if we just had the rod it won't look as nice. So that should be good. So the pump is put together. I think it's looking okay. The bits I decided to use worked out well. We've got our fuel line coming around there. Like I said, I've gone on this, it's like 2.5mm to 3mm thick base, because once ballast is on, it'll come to there. So you've got the on-off switch there, so we can paint this all up. We've got our pipes, our turret from that model boat kit, and then there's another little bit of it I kind of stuck on there, and it's kind of representing what I want it to be now. Obviously I'm there watching over it. It's one of Dan Everson painted me figures from Model U, so it's nice. Got that done a while ago. So now I'm just going to paint it black. Going to give it a dry brush, and then really we can stick that on the layout and work out, you know, a bit more from there. That's it with it primed black. Anyway, I'm going to use this green ochre or ochre verde to do the main bits. So I'm just going to avoid this hose, and then this bottom bit I'll do like that grey colour to make it blend in. This control box I'll also do grey, and maybe put a little red dot on the front for red and green, I don't know, but something for them to poke to get it going. With the knife I've used at the end of the knife to scribe in some little lines. It doesn't look that great from here, but I think the 2-foot rule, there's a grill here to allow the muck to go in, well, the drips from the hose pipe. Quite a few people point out to me within my my circle of friends, oh, but you need somewhere for the drips to go. So I was like, fine. So yeah, so I've done that. All I do is I'm going to run a wash over all of this. So I use them at the Games Workshop, washes and things. So they got something called Agrax Earthshade, and the beauty of Agrax is more of like a dirty wash, whereas they have a Nuln oil, which is a black one. So what we do is I'm going to run over the Agrax over the whole thing, just to bring it into kind of weathered look, and then we'll stick it on the layout. So that's got the wash on it, kind of murked up the surface, kind of representing what would arguably be some weathering of real life. So yeah, just drop it, I don't want to break it. Yeah, so I'm going to get the layout back out, and we'll work out where we're going to stick it. And I'm kind of looking forward to it, actually, even though it's something small. It's something I've been putting off for a while. I've extended out the track, so this bit that goes up here will have the shed, small shed, only for a shanter up there. So I'll bring it up to the point that then there's a small gap for someone to walk past, or something around there, I guess, be the front of the shed to the back. Because when you grab a loco, you have the pump house that will be sitting here, let's say, something like that. So people will see it from that front view. So the main view will be here. So then this little pump can, I guess, sit here on this side with it all. And we'll do something like that. Obviously, I don't want to have it too close to the loco, so I'm thinking we'll glue it down about here. We'll bring it up a little bit, something like that. I think that works, doesn't it? And then we've got the house there. I can build our engine shed here. Maybe there'll be a small hut onto the side of it, so people walk around there, squeeze. Got the hut on the side of the big unit that's over the top of the loco. So I think that's kind of coming together now, and kind of makes you wonder, you know, what I do about all this. Is this going to be hard standing all around here? Do I build it up, or is it we're just going to go ballast and do it that way, and people can walk on the crunchy surface? Like I said, I put this at a thicker, on a thicker piece of that Foex, so then we can have it the right level. So I'm just going to glue this in place quite simply. It's a bit of super glue. Run that down there. Little bead, not too much, because if you ever have to remove it, there's a chance it'll be safe. So pop it on there, bring this alongside, and it's good. So no, really pleased that I've done that now. Finally, I have been putting it off, like I said. It means we can move on to some other areas. One thing that I did want to do after talking to my friend Carl from my Model Railway Club, he talked about obviously where things are narrow, you would have a red and white sign. It's hard to focus on here. But basically it's, you know, it's a tight area to get through, limited clearance, and so I'm going to put them on. They're about 5mm, so, you know, foot and a bit in real life. And we'll put one on here because it's limited there, and then we'll put one on this side here so we can see it, or maybe we do it that side, but that might have been obscured by that. But I feel like it needs to be up here or something like that. It kind of adds a little bit more colour to the layout. For the signs, I found these on Google Images, and just put them onto Word, sized it to a size that seems about right, and yeah, let's stick them on. I think I'm going to go on with some super glue. If I use white glue, it might take ages to dry. I'm not sure. Not sure what to do really, but I can always dirty it up. It could be an old sign that I stick over the top of if I don't like it. Picked up a few of these because I've got the buffer end areas that they would be on. So with that, these are just the little kind of slot together ones that Pico do. They're very common. I guess there's other ones out there. I've seen some white metal ones. I'm assuming these will be appropriate for it. I also got some other items to kind of make these look a bit nicer, but we'll look at that afterwards. They come on a sprue, which you simply just nip them off, and the idea, I think, leaving them on the sprue is it keeps it all together. I wonder how many years this one's been in production, or if they've remade it. You've got the bit where a lamp be sitting on the top. All right, you've got some lamps from, I need to find them, I'll show you. It's these Train Tech ones that go on, and so I was thinking I can snip off the bit off the top and stick these on. Hopefully these will be okay to have in my layout. I kind of like the look of them. They're kind of bright. I'll probably get told that they're not period, but we'll see. Maybe I can just snip off one of them because it's a doubler on here. I'm wondering if I just meant to have one, but we'll put that on because it apparently with DCC it all works and it slots in. So I thought, let's put all the bits together. Just snip the top off and the back bit off, and with this it just goes together. It's nice and easy. Which way around goes this way, so that will go there, and then the bit pokes through, and I guess you can chop that kind of nipple that pokes out there, but we'll leave it on for now, and I can do you know, do the work of putting it on the railway, and then we can tweak and adjust. Also means I can run the loco and not be in fear that it's going to fall off the end. These just clip onto the track. I'm sure many of you watching this have done this, but if you haven't already got these, nice and simple to do. They just tuck in place there, and they've got a nice rail shape to them because it, you know, as if they're made from an old piece of rail. So pop that there. I'll pop all three on, and then we can see how the lights fit on. So that's all three in place. I realised that the leg here needs to be on the outside. Allows, I guess, the wagon to get slightly closer to buff up to them, but I think it'd be nice once these are painted, and I guess do these get painted red, it would be, I don't know, pretty smart. With these Train Tech bits, I've got a few of them. We just slot one in and maybe connect it up to the DCC control and see what happens with that. I picked all this stuff up, as you probably already know, Tony's trains a rugby. He's got a nice stock of these various items. You get instruction sheet with this book as well, which not with this book, with this part. Then how easy it's going to come out. There we go. We didn't manage to destroy it, and then we'll just peel it off here. And they're pretty well. Don't want to bend it and break it. There's some kind of tape over the top there. I'm just going to snip that off. Right, well, that's on. So we'll slot it in place. To fit them on, you have to just twist it around a little bit. But that's on DCC. Plugged it all in. It works nicely. I'll fit the other three, but that'll be in my own time. Hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen on this episode. I'm really pleased because down here we've made that progress that allows me to kind of work on that engine shed. Not really much of an engine shed, but oh I forget this is a DC model and DCC is running at the moment. So basically the shed or cover for the loco will be there, and then we can start looking at the kind of next steps of, do we do some ballasting and add anything down here? What colour's the ballast? We need to put the sleepers in and go from there, and then we'll work our way to where the houses are here, well, the buildings and over the workshops that'll be there, and then we can kind of have a little think, well, what would go here? Is that just going to be grass and greenery and a fence? you know, let's have a little think about that between now and then. But no, there's little lights that look nice. Are they period? Let me know in the comments below. Should I just chop it down so there's only one light showing? And will these go pop if I take off half of the light? Anyway, you take care. Thanks to my patrons, channel members, subscribers, likers, and everyone that comments. It means a lot that you've all been watching and enjoying. Thanks to everyone that's been sending me advice. You know who you are. Eric, Carl, Tony from my club, and many other people that have been kind enough to part some wisdom. Anyway, you take care. See you soon on the next episode, and goodbye.